Okay, this is just a warm-up. I want you to do this on another sheet of paper. Just practice it. So I want you to do this first one, and then I'm going to work through it. Okay, so on the test, I'm going to give you questions like this, and I'm giving you the log base 4 of 3 of 4 is that, and I'm giving you the log base 3 of 8. So now I want you, without a calculator, to approximate this. Well, can't I say this is the log base 3 of 4 times 8? And if I know it's 4 times 8, then I'm adding those bases. And so that would be 1.2 plus 1.9. So my answer is 3.1. And you should be able to do that without a calculator. Okay. All right. So on this one, I'm going to want you to solve it. So I would like you to pause. This is a warm up. I would like you to try this on your own. See if you can do it. Okay. Pause. Do it. So the first thing, you have to take care of this first. That's the biggest mistake kids make. You have to deal with exponents when you're solving these first. Now, it is a plus sign in between. So, oops, this would be the log base 5 of 6x to the third equals the log base 5 of 48. So now those are equal. So I would have 6x to the third equals 48. Divide by 6. And then cube root. So my answer is 2, and the only place that I need to worry is right there. And it is positive, and that's all that matters. Okay? So I would like you to try this one. Go. Pause and go. All right, so it's a plus. So I'm going to put this together by multiplication. So that's n squared plus 4n. I just multiplied as I went. There is not a log on both sides, so you can't just like cancel something that's not even there. So you're going to do, so cancel, you can't do that. So you're going to rewrite it in exponential. So this is 2 to the 5th. 2 to the 5th is 32. So you're looking for factors of 32 that subtract to 4. So one of my answers is a -8, and one of my answers, oh my gosh, why did I write that? One of my answers is 4. So if I look at the -8, that makes that negative, so that doesn't work. But if I look at 4, it does work in both of those, so my answer is 4. So a question like this on the test, that I'm going to be grading your algebra. I need to know that you knew -8 works algebraically, but it didn't work in the problem. Okay, this is kind of a doozy. It looks like a doozy, but it's actually not terrible. You got to deal with this, because that's an exponent. So that makes that 4 squared, which is 16. So you'd have the log base 6 of 16 divided by 16. And this is going to be the log base 6 of 1/4 x plus 1/4, because you're multiplying. Those are both log base 6's. So you'd have 1 equals 1/4 x plus 1/4. So you'd minus 1/4. And then divide by 1/4. So you're going to multiply by 4 over 1. And your answer is 3. The only place you need to check it is right there, and it works. Okay. This was actually a released ACT question. So it wants to know which one is false. So when it asks that on the ACT, I'm going to give you a minute to figure out which one is false, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, when it asks that on the ACT, I would just start at the top. On this one, the 5 is here. They pulled it out in front. That's legal. So that one's true. On this one, is 6 divided by 3, 2. Yep, so that one's true. And if I look at the next one, wouldn't this have to be the log? It like rewrote it and took the A out. I don't think so. I think it's C. But the ACT likes to throw weird things at you, so I would just check D quick. This was multiplication, and I split it by addition, so my answer is C. All right. So this has a base of 10. If it doesn't have a base, it has a base of 10. Okay? And so it's just your assumed base. So I would take my calculator, and on your homework tonight, this is just plug and chug. It's just getting used to using your calculator. So you're doing the log base 10. So I can actually just hit this log button because it's an assumed log base 10 of 6. So my answer is 0.7782. So you have really no math, 0.7782. You really don't have any math to put down on paper. Okay. I don't think we need to do those. So on this one, if you're looking for this, you're going to do the log base 5 of 62 equals x. So you're going to do the log base 5. It's just knowing how to write it in that other form. So you're going to do the log base 5 of 62. And so my answer is 2.5643. 2.5643. Okay. All right, so same thing here. I'm going to do the log base 3 of 17. Because to find the exponent, so I'm going to type that into my calculator. The log base 3 of 17. The log base 3 of 17. And it's 2.5789. 2.5789. Okay. All right, so now we did these two. So we should have example 8, example 9, example 10 done. Okay, so those I did because I knew those were the harder questions. So I went ahead and talked about those already. So those are on your homework tonight where you have to come up since they can't be rewritten. I don't think those are just practice. So the rest of this block is to work on finishing this assignment up and then also on working on your Delta Math, which is due Tuesday, which is the test.